Hello everyone, and welcome to this exciting session on circles for Class 9 Mathematics. Today, we are diving into a fascinating property, the converse of equidistant chords being equal. We'll explore what this means, why it's true, and how it helps us solve problems. Get ready for a journey through easy, medium, hard, and hardest levels, building your understanding step by step. Let's begin. Ready to uncover a fundamental truth about circles? Let's start with the basics and see how simple ideas lead to powerful insights. First, let's refresh our memory on key terms. A chord is just a line segment connecting two points on a circle. The center is the heart of the circle, equidistant from all points on its edge. And the distance from the center to a chord is always measured as the shortest path, which is the perpendicular line segment from the center to that chord. Think of it as how far a string is from the middle of a hula hoop. Now for the big idea, the converse theorem. It states that if you have two chords of the exact same length in a circle, then they must be the exact same distance from the circle's center. Imagine two identical sticks placed inside a circular pond. They would naturally settle at the same depth if they are the same length. This theorem is a formal way of stating that intuitive symmetry. If chord up equals chord CD, then their distances from the center, ohm and on, will also be equal. Simple, right? Let's test your understanding with some quick practice questions. Remember the key principle: if chords are equal in length, their distances from the center are also equal. Read each question carefully and apply the theorem directly. Pause the video if you need more time to think. Good luck! Now that we've grasped the core concept, let's delve deeper. We'll explore the formal proof and tackle more involved calculations. The theorem states, equal chords of a circle, or of congruent circles, are equidistant from the center. This applies to chords within the same circle or in circles that are congruent, meaning they have the same radius. The term equidistant specifically refers to the perpendicular distance from the center to the chord. This precise definition is crucial for the mathematical proof. Let's walk through the proof step by step. We start with two equal chords AB and CD. We draw perpendiculars ohm and on from the center O to these chords. Remember, a perpendicular from the center bisects the chord, so AM becomes half of AB, and CN becomes half of CD. Since AB equals CD, it follows that AM equals CN. Now, by joining OA and OC, which are both radii, we form two right-angled triangles, OMA and ONC. Using the right hypotenuse side, or RHS, congruence criterion, we can prove these triangles are congruent. This means their corresponding paths are equal, so ohm must equal on. And just like that, we've proved our theorem. Let's apply this proof to a calculation. If a circle has a 10 cm radius and two chords, both 16 cm long, how far are they from the center? We draw a perpendicular from the center to one chord, bisecting it into 8 cm segments. Forming a right triangle with the radius as hypotenuse, we use Pythagoras, 10 superscript 2 is equal to ohm superscript 2 plus 8 superscript 2. This gives ohm is equal to 6 centimeters. Since both chords are 16 centimeters, they are both 6 centimeters from the center. This theorem is vital for ensuring symmetry and balance in various designs. Time to practice with some medium-level problems. These questions will require you to apply the theorem, possibly combine it with the Pythagorean theorem, or even use a bit of algebra. Remember the steps we discussed for the proof and the example. Take your time, draw diagrams if it helps, and work through each problem. You've got this. Ready to elevate your understanding? In this hard level, we'll analyze the proof's foundations, compare related theorems, and refine problem-solving skills. The proof isn't just a sequence of steps, it's a beautiful interplay of fundamental geometric principles. It relies on the property that a perpendicular from the center bisects a chord, allowing us to form right-angled triangles. Then, the Pythagorean theorem helps us relate the radius, half-chord, and the distance. Finally, the RHS congruence criterion rigorously proves the equality of distances. This theorem isn't just isolated, it's deeply connected to the inherent symmetry of a circle, where equal parts naturally occupy symmetrically equivalent positions. It's crucial to differentiate between this theorem and its converse. The original theorem states, chords equidistant from the center are equal. If distances are equal, then chords are equal. Our current topic, the converse, states, equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. If chords are equal, then distances are equal. Both are proven using RHS congruence, but the given and to prove parts are swapped. Understanding this distinction is key to correctly applying them in various problem scenarios. For this theorem to apply, the chords must be in the asterisk same circle asterisk or an asterisk congruent circle star. Different radii invalidate the relationship. Always remember, distance means perpendicular distance. Many complex problems combine this theorem with other circle properties, like angles subtended by chords or tangent properties. So, when solving, draw, identify what's given, break down the problem, and look for connections to other theorems. An algebraic approach can often simplify calculations. Now, challenge yourself with these hard-level practice questions. They will require a deeper understanding, combining this theorem with other geometric properties and sometimes multi-step reasoning. Think critically about how different concepts connect. Don't be afraid to draw, label, and try different approaches. These problems will truly solidify your grasp of circle geometry. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll push the boundaries, exploring the theorem's axiomatic roots, real-world applications, and competitive problem-solving techniques. Get ready to think like a mathematician and an engineer. The rigorous proof of this theorem is a testament to Euclidean geometry's logical structure. It's built upon foundational axioms and previously established theorems, such as the definition of a circle, the perpendicular from the center bisecting a chord, and the Pythagorean theorem. The elegance lies in how these basic truths converge to prove complex properties. This theorem also extends to congruent circles, where identical radii mean the proof holds true. However, it completely breaks down for non-congruent circles, highlighting the critical role of the radius in the distance-chord relationship. From an analytical geometry perspective, we can represent circles and chords with equations. By placing the circle's center at the origin, the distance of a chord from the center can be expressed using the Pythagorean theorem. Distance, d, equals the square root of radius squared minus half chord length squared. If two chords have equal lengths, this formula directly shows their distances from the center must also be equal. This algebraic validation provides a powerful alternative way to understand the theorem, connecting geometry with coordinate systems. This theorem isn't just abstract math, it has significant real-world applications, especially in engineering and architecture. Imagine designing gears or circular structures. Ensuring that components of equal measure are positioned at equal distances from a central pivot point is crucial for balance, smooth operation, and uniform stress distribution. Architects use it for symmetrical arch designs, and even in optics, understanding chord properties helps in designing lenses. It's a fundamental principle that guides precision and stability in circular designs across various fields. This theorem's legacy is in its contribution to the broader understanding of circular symmetry and its application in problem solving. It's a key building block for more advanced theorems in geometry and forms the basis for many competitive exam questions. Mastering this concept strengthens your overall geometric intuition, enabling you to approach complex problems with a structured and logical mindset. It's about seeing the hidden relationships and patterns within shapes, which is a skill applicable far beyond mathematics. All right, it's time for the ultimate challenge. These hardest level questions are designed to test your deepest understanding and problem-solving prowess. Questions 1 through 5 will push you to think creatively, apply multiple concepts, and even consider analytical approaches. Don't rush, analyze each problem, and remember all the insights we've discussed. You're ready for this. Continuing with the hardest level, here are questions 6 through 10. These problems delve into more intricate proofs, real-world design challenges, and comparative analysis of theorems. They are crafted to prepare you for competitive exams and foster a comprehensive understanding of circle geometry. Take your time, embrace the challenge, and demonstrate your mastery. Good luck with these final problems. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the converse of equidistant chords being equal. We hope you've gained a profound understanding of this crucial topic. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing math lessons. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling. See you next time.